Okay, so one version of question 10, we assume that a 360 foot tall giant redwood grows vertically. So there's my tree, it's 360 feet tall. If I walk a certain distance from the tree and I measure the angle of elevation to the top of the tree to be 35 degrees, so here's the distance I walk. It's 35 degrees. How far from the base of the tree am I? So they're asking for this, right? That's the distance to the base of the tree. We know how tall the tree is, we know the angle from where we are, and that's assuming that the person doesn't have any height, right? The angle's coming from the ground. Okay, so let's call this x, and then we're going to use right angle trigonometry, assuming that this tree makes a right angle with the ground. I mean, they never really do, but that's just what we do in math problems to simplify our life a bit. So we have the opposite from angle 35. We want the adjacent. So if you look at the definitions of the three basic trig functions, tangent of some angle theta equals the opposite side of the angle divided by the adjacent side of the angle. So this is a tangent ratio. Okay, we don't want to use sine or cosine because both those depend on the hypotenuse. So tangent of 35 degrees equals the opposite side, which is 360, divided by the adjacent side. And the adjacent is just the side that's not opposite of your angle and not the hypotenuse. So this is our adjacent. And now this one doesn't ask for exact answers like the other questions do in Mobius. This one asks for a decimal approximation. So I'm going to punch in 35. I'm going to hit trig and then hit tangent here. So it gives us 0.7. What do we got? 7. That's close enough. 360 over x. And then to finish solving this equation, you can multiply both sides by x. That'll make it cancel out here. You get 0.7x equals 360. And then divide both sides by 0.7. So you get 360 divided by 0.7. So it goes as 514.2857. To make Mobius happy, that's the distance to the base of the tree, but to make Mobius happy, it might be better to even carry out more decimals here because they asked for 4 decimal places. So let's see if that changed anything. 35, tangent, we want to divide that from both sides, so I'm going to copy, paste, 514.1. Whoa, okay, those are pretty different, so don't do what I did. Don't round your decimal off too soon. Carry out all those decimals here, okay? So instead of 0.7, carry out like 6 or 7 decimal places.